Alrighty, I'm back here. I'm sorry if I don't respond. Sometimes it takes me a while to respond. I have to live life as well. Go to the zoo and actually have some family time and whatnot. And that's what it kind of is bad. And that's what I'm going to talk about for a second here because I noticed on probably my last like 5 or 6 videos, there's always been like one thing that I've messed up or whatever, or I said something wrong. And then I always leave little notes. So I'm not trying to deceive anybody. So if you actually listen to the videos and you don't watch them, just keep that in mind. You might have to, don't take everything I say word for word. Never do that anyway. But yeah, right here I did mess up. The queen was actually, she's 63 and it was her 37-year reign. So whatever, I left a note. But like I said, the reason is I really think it's because a lot of times I don't get to do these videos until late at night. I mean, I'll go to work all day, do whatever. I mean, like this was 12:41 in the morning, so sometimes I don't put them out until like 3, 4 in the morning, and then I got to go to work at 8. I got to get up at 8 or 7:30. So whatever. I'm gonna quit making excuses for myself, but just putting that out there that I'm sorry. Sometimes I do mess up, and putting it out there. But today, and I checked all these with the calculator before I even wrote it all down. So anyway, I thought of some stuff at work this afternoon, and I just figured I'd post it since I hadn't made a video for a few days. So anyway, it deals with. So we've been talking about Revelation and the Pope going to Philadelphia, and Philadelphia is in Revelation. It's one of the churches, but I don't know how. I just thought of the 923, and there's 1,189 chapters in the King James Bible. So basically, all I did was I thought, why have we never added and subtracted 1189 or whatever to 923? So I added 923 to 1,189. It comes up to 2112. So that could be December 21st or 12/21, 21/2. The Mayan calendar, the big day, 2012, end of the world, whatever. I mean, fits Revelation. Funny. But so, and also if you write it as 12, I talked about this before, but 12/21, it literally has the 122 like backwards, 122 and 122. Pope Francis adds up to 122. Whatever. This way it would be 211 and 211. I've actually mentioned that a long time ago, how 211 was very significant, it seems like. But anyway, so that would be December 21st. And then if you take 1189 minus 923, it's 266. And Pope Francis is the 266th Pope. Also, 923 is the 266th day of the year. So, Pope's coming on this day. He's the 266th Pope, coming on the 266th day. But 266, if you do it as a date, it is June 26, 26-6, or 6-26, June 26th, the day that gay marriage was legalized. Anyway, the span of days from 626 to 1221 then is 178 days. And I've talked about how it seems like it's all associated with the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II. I also just watched the movie Minions, which is completely loaded with stuff, and I'm going to do a video hopefully soon. And it's all to do with the Queen and whatnot. But anyway, 626 to 1221 is 178 days. 178 is 89 plus 89. So that's very significant because the Queen is 89 years old this year. But anyway, I'll talk a little bit more in a second. So the mirror of 923 is 329, which is the 88th day of the year. 88, I mean, that's what got me making videos pretty much it's just been so significant. So the mirror of 923 is the 88th day of the year, 329. If you add 89 days from the 88th day of the year to 626, it's 89 days. So that would be 923 or 1189 minus 923, whatever. And then if you add 626, or if you go from 626 to 923, it's 89 days. And if you go from 923 to 1221, it's 89 days. I mean, what are the odds of that? So the mirror of 923 to 626, 89 days. 626 to 923, 89 days. 923 to 1221, 89 days. And if you just subtract the amount of chapters in the King James Bible and add the amount of chapters to 923, it's literally them days. I mean, what are the odds? So also 1221 to the Queen's birthday, and like I said, the Queen was 89 this year, is 121 days. In a leap year, it's 122. So next year, it will be 122. And we've talked about why that's significant so many times. It goes back to 52 and whatnot. But, and I even wrote that here. The Queen's birthday, Queen's 89th birthday was this year on 4/21. But also, if you add up King James, it adds up to 89. And even the word religion adds up to 89. So basically, I re-looked up King James, and I tried to compare it to Queen Elizabeth a little bit to see if there was any significance. And I'm going to try to make this one somewhat short, and when I do the Minions video, I'll add a lot of extra stuff in there, but that I thought of. But anyway, let's look at King James. So I talked about before about how he was King 6 and 1 because he was the King of the Scots and also the King of England and Ireland. So King of Scots, King of England and Ireland, but he's 6 and 1. We talked about 61 a ton that's been going on. The Civil War was in 1861. Obama was born in 1961. There's a ton of 61s, even the word 34 that goes with it, whatever. If you go back and watch my previous videos, I explained it a lot more in depth, but interesting, it's 6 and 1, and so 61. Also, he died on 3/27/1625. And Queen Elizabeth became queen on 2/6 of 1952. But if you go from King James' death to Queen Elizabeth's reign, or the beginning of it, it's 49 days before the 327th anniversary of his death. And he died in the year 1625. She was 25 years old. And she became queen 49 days before 327, which would have been the 327th anniversary of his death. And then she also turned 26 25 days after the 327th anniversary. And I was just kind of looking through random things about him again. And his wife was Anne of Denmark. But let's see here. She died on the 61st day of the year. Like I said, he was the 6th and the first king. But she was also 44 years old. And she died 3/2/1619. And if you go from his birthday to her day or whatever, the day she died, it's 52 years, 8 months, 11 days. So he died 52 years, 8 months, or she died when he was 52 years old, 8 months, and 11 days. I mean, and she was 44 years old. Obama, 44th president. I mean, tons of stuff here, so it's kind of weird. Also, so she became his wife in 1589. Another thing that goes along with Obama is that he died 84 days before his 59th birthday. So let's just pull it up here. He died on this day, and his 59th birthday would have been 6/19/25, 84 days. Obama was born on 8/4. He was also 58 years old when he died, so the next president will be the 58th term president. I don't know really if that means anything, just kind of interesting to me. Also, his name in gematria, just kind of interesting. I guess if you put James 6 and I or whatever, or VI and I, it comes to 44. Like I said, his wife died at 44 or whatever. 107 is the 28th prime. If you don't put the and in there, it actually adds up to 34 and 88, which very interesting. We've talked about 88 like crazy. 34 all to do with the Civil War. Even the word 34 adds up to 61, and he was 6 and 1. Just showing 34 again equals 61. And I mean, who knows? I'm gonna stop it here. I will go back and talk a lot more about this in the future. I just still have a whole bunch more to look up, not with just him, just with all of the British or English or whatever monarchs and whatnot. I mean, it's sad to say, but it seems like every one of them is coded to a lot of stuff. I mean, he was even right after Queen Elizabeth the First, and then we have Queen Elizabeth the Second now, and she's completely coded. And then, like, the guy after him even died in a 49, and like he was born in 66, and every 100 years, like the year 15 is 49 years away from 66, so kind of interesting. And then just 66 in general. I mean, I guess whatever, that's the amount of books in his Bible, but he was also born in that year. And I mean, even like though the first British monarch would be Anne, and she died at age 49. I also went through and just, I mean, this list, who knows how correct it is. I tried finding it on other places. It was really hard to find. But it says that the monarchy of the Kingdom of England began with Alfred the Great and ended with Queen Anne. And then it started over with the British monarchs. But so she was kind of both or whatever. But anyway, I counted them all up here, and you get up to 44, significant number with Obama. And 44 is a guy I've heard of, actually. If I can find it here. Now, Henry VIII. When I counted them all up, Henry VIII was 44. So like I said, don't know how accurate this whole thing is. And there was some of them that say they're disputed, and I didn't count them once, but interesting then. He is just interesting. He's the 44th one, and also April 21st. That is the same day that Queen Elizabeth was born. He died at age 55. I mean, the double numbers, what a day to die. What a year to die, I guess. I mean, Satan adds up to 55 even. But yeah, like I said, need to go through and look these up and make sure that that's the actual order and whatnot. But I just found it kind of interesting that it's on Wikipedia here like that. So anyway, have a great night.